Welcome back. We are talking about the role of the CEO. The intention here is to help you, the business owner, get unstuck and get focused on what you really should be doing next. Again, I'm Jimmy Davidson with Motion Mentors, and our company specifically helps parkour gym owners reach profitability so that you can have a career that you're proud of, build wealth, and impact your community, impact your staff in a way that you feel great about. All right. So, the role of the CEO. I remember when I was first starting as a parkour gym owner, I honestly had no idea what a CEO is supposed to do. I have the story about sitting down on Google and literally searching that, like, what does a CEO do? And if you've ever tried to do that, you get some not actionable results. Frankly, I read it, I understood it, I had no idea what to do with it. So I'm going to try to clear that up with you right now. The one job of a CEO is to find the constraint in your business and solve it so that your business can grow past its previous constraint point to its next level. And at its next level, there'll be its next constraint. And then you solve it again, grow again, and you do that over and over and over. That is the number one job of the CEO. Okay, so what is a constraint? Imagine a garden hose, and you turn it on at the water spigot, and you're waiting for water to come out the top. But oftentimes there's no water, and you follow the hose back a little bit, and the hose is sort of like folded over on itself, and now there's like a sharp right angle in the hose. When that happens, that's where the water gets stuck. That's the constraint. That's the kink, is what my parents used to call it in the hose. It doesn't matter if you turn on the water pressure higher. It doesn't matter if you got your fingers in the hole at the tip of the hose and made it wider and made the tubing of the hose wider. Nothing would help unless the actual kink in the hose was released so that water could flow through. That is how your business works. And we want to look at our business like that. So how do you find that constraint in your business? It's the thing that would make the most amount of impact on your business for the least amount of time, money, energy. So there's oftentimes many problems in a business that could be solved, but there's only one. When you really look at it, you say, okay, I could spend a week solving this, and it might not do anything. Maybe it'll help 7 more people become leads. Or I can spend 1 hour doing this, and that will give us 100 more leads a month. And then I know that that'll equal more sales, and let's just say leads is the kink. Leads is the constraint. So I know that both of these are the right problem. They're helping me solve my, maybe it's leads in this example, constraint. But there's often just one of those that you really should do. And it's the one that took less effort and gave you the greater results. Okay. And this is where having a mentor can come in handy, because it's hard to take that critical analysis look at your business when you're so close to it, because your own emotions or your own limiting beliefs might get in the way. And oftentimes business owners don't recognize what things are features of the business versus what things are bugs in the business. For example, it's hard to grow with a bunch of team, with tons and tons of staff. It's managing people is a difficult skill to learn, but that is a feature of growing a service-based parkour gym business, not a bug. A bug is we're not getting any leads. That would be a bug, right? That's something to fix. So a mentor can help you figure out which things are actually things that you can improve upon, which one takes the least amount of effort, what a realistic view of what the results would be if you were to fix that. Sometimes I'm finding myself reality checking gym owners when they think that, oh, if I just redo this website, our business is solved. When in reality, your problem is something totally different, right? That was a conversation I just had yesterday, actually. Okay, anyway, that is the one job of the CEO. You also will see on the PDF that there's a little 4 quadrant, and it says right problem, right way, wrong problem, wrong way. Well, what does that mean? Like I just said, there's often many problems that you could be working on in the business. Step 1 is we want to find the right problem. Let's just say now our problem is retention. Well, if we look at retention, the problem of it could be that's the right problem. Okay, so we identified the right problem. It's retention, maybe. in our example here, then we are not going to like go and mess with our website to fix retention probably. Right problem, but now there's the right and the wrong way to handle the problem. So I want to solve retention, so I'm going to go mess with my website. Probably the wrong way to handle that. I want to solve retention, so I'm going to call the last 15 people who canceled and ask them very specifically, like, what would have needed to be true for you to have stayed with us for longer? Why did you cancel? Like, what got in the way? And you figure out exactly those things, and you find the one trend that keeps coming up, and then you solve that. So that would be the right problem done the right way. And at any stage in your business, there's always a constraint, and there's always the right way to handle it. Okay. So that is the job of the CEO. Having a team on your side, having a mentor who has seen a lot of these issues before can seriously speed up business owners through that process. And a lot of times business owners get stuck in that process. Maybe we're stuck because we don't know how to solve the problem. We don't know how to find the problem. Maybe the problem is unfortunately something that we don't want to solve, right? Like, some business owners don't like doing sales, but the problem is a sales problem. So we kind of get stuck and we want to like solve other stuff for a while. A mentor can help identify that limiting belief or that like avoidance tendency and help you break through it, for example. Okay, that is the job of the CEO. I have a longer podcast on this topic. If you like, I'll link it in the show notes down below. And for now, let's keep on going.